Look at this. There's a ring of mushrooms, a fairy ring, like in mulch here. Uh, Last year there were wine caps here. I'm not sure if this is the same thing or not. I'm going to have to key them out, look in my book. But this is the first signs of the season, and these are gone by, basically. So yesterday or the day before would have been better. But let's see if we can get one or two that we can use and identify and maybe eat. The first mushroom of the season, at least edible one, and I can't eat them because I'll explain why in a minute. But this is called a wine cap. This is growing in leaf litter in an area where they've sprayed for poison ivy last year and this year. There's a sign out there that they did it again, which I understand them needing to do it. But so that makes me very wary of trying these. And actually, most of these had gone by. So in other words, while I'm complaining at home there weren't any mushrooms out, they're already going by. You can see this cap is started cracking. The stems, the stipe, they call this the stipe, is cracking too. I think I got one. Well, that's an older one too. I thought I had one younger one, but they're all kind of about the same. I'm toying with the idea, why did I pick them? Well, I might take these, crush them up, throw them in some leaf litter at home. I have plenty of leaves. Wet it and just leave it. And maybe this year, maybe next year, some other year, they'll actually come up. And they'll be, coming out of leaves without a lot of pesticide, with no pesticides, I hope, in them. But so there we have. That's pretty good though. The first mushroom of the season. Oh, here's the little one that I was going to say. This would be more, what you'd be looking for. Not necessarily the size, but you see how the cap's still turned down a little? And that's what we have. I wonder what they taste like. I won't be finding out this year probably, unless my idea. I was thinking of purchasing some wine cap spawn, and then basically all you do is rake your leaves up and follow directions type of things. You would put them in there. I don't know if they suggest you put some other things like sawdust or things in with it, but I might just try that with, just like I say, just cut them up, get the leaves wet, throw them in there, and then water it once in a while so it won't be bone dry. And hopefully when temperatures change and everything, that will signal to them to flush. So this is what's been happening. We've been having a lot of cold weather and we've been having a lot of rain, but we haven't been having the warm weather that triggers these mushrooms and says, oh, let's make a run for it. Let's throw up our mushroom. The main part of the mushroom is the mycelium threads living below in the dirt. They say, let's fruit. It comes up, disperses spores, they fly all over the place, and hopefully they meet up again with someone else, a couple someone else's, and form mushrooms. Mushroom sex is complicated. They say people have one factor in mating, and mushrooms have 4. Now, I can see how you could get one with humans. One organism is transmitting information to the other, genetic material to the other, but I don't quite get the point of them being 4 of them. But I know what happens as spores fall. They turn into these little like threads looking for the other ones that they are compatible with, and they form up, and then these hyphae, and then they form the mycelium, and then eventually they will fruit. But someday I'll have to look that up, but it sounds like some tricky business. But when you get billions of spores, millions of spores, we breathe in an enormous amount of spores all the time. We don't think we do, we don't know about it, but we do. They're in our house, they're outside, they're everywhere. And you couldn't possibly escape from them at all. I don't know, wearing an N95 mask the rest of your life, maybe that would help. But most people are not bothered by the spores. Yes, there are some people that are allergic to black mold spores from the aspergillus that people find in houses. But believe it or not, most people aren't allergic to that, and black mold really doesn't mean that big a risk. You can clean it and get it out of there. It's only when people have the sensitivity to it. And then, you know, if you have that sensitivity, it can be bad, very bad. But kind of like mushrooms. Some people are allergic to mushrooms. They eat them. They're going to wish they hadn't. Luckily, I'm not. So there we go. I've got some still pictures that I'm going to show. I'm going to post them on. I post all the finds I have on mushroomobserver.org. It's a site where you can put the location if you want to, which I usually do, exact location and everything, and put the information on there. And you know, a lot of the mushrooms are duplicate ones I found over the years and different things, but I like doing it because I feel some way that I'm contributing to science somehow, that people will say, oh yes, back in the, you know, a century ago, these mushrooms were being found by this character named Mike Kennedy. Who knows? But there we go. Bye.